David Morrell versus David Benavidez. Are you interested in that fight?
Yeah, for sure. You know, that's a great fight. That's a fight that that would bring a lot of fans to Asian boxing. That could even be maybe in a fight or two. That could be a pay-per-view fight also.
The biggest fight at 168 by far.
Exactly. For now, I think it will be a great fight.
Do you feel like fans, Mexican boxing fans, you know, they just can't make their mind up with Canelo first? It's like, okay, we want Canelo, David Benavidez next. Then Canelo announces he's going to fight the cruiserweight. Then everybody's all right with that. It's just like, I mean, can people not make up their mind? They go back and forth about David. They say this and this and that. You know, if you think Canelo wins, then why don't y'all fight him?
Exactly. If you think that it's an easy fight, you know, to fight David. If David hasn't accomplished anything, if David hasn't fought any champions, I think that should be a easy payday, you know, for them. You know, I mean, you should shut everybody's mouth and then take those challenges, because when you're at that level, you're gonna have a lot of challenges, a lot of new guys and talented and strong guys. So I don't think he's coming back to 168. I think he's gonna stay at 175 or do other things. But he knows that David Benavidez is at 168, and if he comes, he's gonna be waiting for him. And we're not worried about him right now. We're fighting David Lemiux next, and we're focused on what we're doing. And I mean, I don't care what Team Canelo does. You know, hopefully he leaves all those belts and we go after him and try to get all those belts and do our thing. You know, and they can do whatever they want to do. If they want to fight, fine. If not, you know, we got a tough challenge next year. David Benavidez will be fighting David Lemiux, and that's a big fight, and he's a dangerous fighter. And now we got to focus on David on Lemieux. You know, we have to focus on him and train hard for that fight and whatever Canelo wants to do. You know, I mean,
now,
people don't like it, you know, but
yeah. Now, a lot of fans, they want to say like, oh well, Canelo cleared 168. He beat all the champs at 168. But is that kind of like, does that kind of come with an asterisk? Is that just sort of bullshit? Because like, you didn't fight Benavidez. Like, if he would have still had his 168 belt, you know, would he have fought David?
Yeah, well, they chose all the fighters. You know, he fought all these fighters that were on their way out. You know, he fought all these champions that were old and they were not at their prime. You know, and that's good. You know, I mean, they did a good move. They got all the belts. But if you're the number one, if you're the champion, if you say you're the king at 168, you should fight the number one, the number two, and the number three, right? We're the number one, and he doesn't want to fight David. So I don't understand. You know, the fans can say, well, what's going on there? Because I can't. You know, he should fight the number one and the number two. You know, and he should fight the dangerous fighters because he's the best of the best, right? So why not take these challenges?
Every great Mexican fighter has always had a great Mexican rival. So do you feel like David Benavidez can be that rival for Canelo? Because there's no way it's not a good fight. There's no way it's not going to be action-packed.
I know 100% that's what it is. Because what's the explanation for that? You know, why are they fighting up to cruiserweight and not fighting at 168? I mean, you think it's a better fight fighting the African guy than fighting David? You know, I mean, that's a big fight fighting David. Nobody knows that African guy. Am I interested to see that fight? No. And there's a lot of people that don't even want to see that fight. You know? So, I mean, it doesn't bring anything to the table. So when they say that David doesn't bring anything to the table, so what does that tell you? That they're running and they're scared of fighting David Benavidez.
It seems like when they say they don't bring nothing to the table, it probably means that he brings too much to the table as far as size, power, he's the pressure.
It's a dangerous fight for them, and they don't want to take that challenge.
Do you feel like it's just bullshit excuses?
There's bullshit excuses, and like I said, you know, if they were so sure that they could beat David, why not make payday, you know, and fight that fight and make a lot of money, because they would sell a lot of pay-per-view.
You would take it in a heartbeat, no questions asked. If they ask you,
we would take right away. You know, there's nothing to think about it. You know, I'm not here for the money. You know, we're here to make history, and that fight could be made really easy. You know, that could be made like right away, like 10, 15 minutes. You know.
The fight with Lemieux, Benavidez beats Lemieux. It's for the WBC interim, right?
Yeah, for the interim. Yeah.
The interim.
That's, for a lot of people that don't know, that's more like a second champion, because when the real champion is moving up, or we don't know if he's coming back, he's taking his place. Now, if the champion comes back, that should be a mandatory. But I don't think that's going to happen.
All right, man. Thanks so much, brother.